And we are live. Today we're talking crypto credibility. That is build your crypto cred with this crypto cred 101, how to speak crypto linguistics. So right now the first thing you're going to do in order to speak crypto linguistics is you're going to drop some names. Okay? You want to sound like you know what you're talking about. And if you want to hang with the cool kids, you're going to have to speak their language. So we're going to drop some names. The two names you're going to drop, this is very simple. You're going to drop the name Satoshi and you're going to drop the word hash rate. And that's going to increase your crypto cred is going to moon. And you'll learn what moon means later. But your Satoshi, okay, it's either this guy, this anonymous guy who invented Bitcoin, and I've heard every theory you could imagine of who it is, from Steve Jobs to Julian Assange to Kim Jong Nam. I mean, it's all over the place with who this guy might be, but why he's anonymous, why he doesn't why he doesn't come out and claim his riches, nobody knows. But it's either the guy or the unit, the Satoshi. So you want to say something about Satoshi's vision for the Bitcoin world, which was peer-to-peer cash without meddling banks and governments and all those annoying institutions that introduce fees and regulations. And then the Satoshi unit, which is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. So talk about Satoshi like you know the guy, like Satoshi would have wanted it this way. People always say that online, and uh, you know, and then talk about your holdings, your Bitcoin or your other altcoin holdings, as if all you care about is their Satoshi value. Now, the Satoshi unit is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. That is 8 decimal places to the left of, the 8 decimal places to the right of the zero. So 1/100 millionth. So that means that if Bitcoin were worth $1 million, one Satoshi would be worth a penny. And if you follow that, then you're way ahead of most people in understanding what a Satoshi is. Okay, so you drop the name Satoshi in there, both in reference to the creator and in reference to the number, the unit, the 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. And if you have some shit coins, and you'll learn what those are later too. Those are really cheap coins. Then you'll be able to price them or quote their price in satoshis, and that will give you instant crypto credibility. Okay, now when you say hash rate, what are you talking about? Well, if you say, well, I'm more concerned about the hash rate than the price, and the hash rate, so people always talk about the hash rate and the backlog and the mempool. It just basically has to do with how fast the blockchain network is working. Remember that blockchain is about validating transactions. So all these transactions up here in the cloud, okay, and this is not the cloud like the cloud that you normally think of, but this is the unconfirmed transactions in the blockchain, are grouped and sealed and locked into place into an order using a cryptographic hash function. And this cryptographic hash function is just a solution to a very complex cryptographic mathematical puzzle that involves a very, very long string of numbers that comes from the previous block and the transactions in the current block, and then a random number guess is fed through this cryptographic hash function, and that's how hashing is done. And normally it's supposed to theoretically take 10 minutes on the Bitcoin blockchain. Sometimes it takes a lot longer. There's a big backlog, and there are other issues. So if you talk about hash rate and you know what you're talking about, you're simply talking about the time it takes to solve the cryptographic math puzzle that groups the transactions into blocks, seals the blocks, and locks the blocks into place in an order that cannot be tampered with or counterfeited altered or manipulated in any way. And that's the hash rate. So you drop some names, Satoshi and hash rate. Don't explain what Bitcoin is. Okay, don't get called flat-splaining. Flat-splaining is when traditional financial people try to explain Bitcoin. And this I love this because this guy is saying Bitcoin will trade for under $10 a share. And that's a perfect example of how not to get how to not get crypto credibility. Don't call them shares. Okay, don't say a share because that's it, they're not shares. Okay, but flat-splaining is basically using traditional financial terminology to try to explain Bitcoin. It doesn't work. So don't do it. And you will lose crypto credibility immediately if you do. So don't get caught flat-splaining, and don't use words like value, because value is another one that just if you try to put it into traditional financial terms, it won't work. And if you are flat-splaining, then you may end up being called a no-coiner, which basically, I love this one too. It says it's a no coiner. It's straight bitters served with a side of remorse. A no coiner is someone who doesn't own any coins, so they're simply in a continuous state of remorse for not having bought coins. And here's the no coiner putting his head in the oven. So uh, don't get caught flat-splaining, and don't be a no coiner. Don't try to explain what Bitcoin is. Just drop the name, Satoshi, and hash rate, and you'll get the instant crypto cred. Now, having said that, don't explain what Bitcoin is. Do explain price moves. Okay, this is every price move you can explain with one simple acronym. It's either FUD, FOMO, or BTFD. All right, FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay, basically it's panic is what it is. Okay, panic. So this is like if you look at Ripple. Here's a chart of Ripple just before it started crashing. So it ran up all the way from 25 cents on December 11th to $3.30 on January 4th, and then it crashed. So this is January 7th. These headlines were all, there was a lot of love in the air. That Ripple was getting all the love in the world. Should you buy Ripple instead of Bitcoin? Bitcoin Ripple value climbs, beating Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg. Forbes, a bullish sign for Bitcoin, Ripple, and other cryptocurrencies. And just 3 days later, when it started crashing here, as you can see over here, it dropped all the way down to 161, so it lost half its value. 3 days later, the headlines were, it lost all that love. Ripple lawsuit heats up, cryptocurrencies drop, Ripple loses half its value. Why Ripple is crashing? And I love this one. I think it's this one where they try to explain it. Blame it on the. No, it's this one here. Blame it on the Korea. Blame it on Bitcoin. Blame it on profit taking. Blame it on the tequila. Whatever you want to blame it on. But that's basically what FUD is. Is the market starts panicking. People start panicking, and that's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay, so let's look at FOMO. Okay, so when the market's crashing, it's FUD. When the market's flying high, it's FOMO. Okay, this is right after the SegWit 2 kerfuffle where they were planning to double Bitcoin's block size, but then they called it off at the last minute. And Bitcoin Cash and Dash just flew up, and that's FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay, everybody wanted to jump on board, and Cash and Dash were flying while Bitcoin was crashing. So this is a combination here of FUD, where the SegWit 2, the doubling of the blockchain block size was called off, and Bitcoin just plummeted. And at the same time, Cash and Dash, it's much faster, lighter, cheaper rivals, shot up. So everybody wanted to jump on board. So FOMO is just when a coin is mooning, everybody's trying to jump on board, and that explains huge upswings. So you're gonna if a coin's crashing, just say it's FUD. If it's flying one day, did you see Ripple today? Yeah, FOMO. But and then the last one is BTFD, buy the freaking dips. Okay, this is a chart of Bitcoin last year, and every time it dropped, you can see in the spreadsheet, every time it dropped, it came back stronger. So it dropped 27%. It came back with a 33% gain. It dropped 35%. It came back with a 68% gain, etc. It dropped 19%. It came back with an 86% gain. So anyone you pick, it dropped 15%. It came back with a 67% gain. You can see it in pictures here by the freaking dips. So if you see a chart like this where it's bouncing pinball-like, pinball-like bounces, that's BTFD. So everything you see when people talk about the price, what's happening, you can explain the price moves, FUD, FOMO, or BTFD. Now let's see what's going on here. All right, the next thing is we got don't explain what Bitcoin is, do explain the price moves, and then what are the terms for making money? Well, this is the easy one. Moon, your coin moons, it flies into space. Okay, obviously that's when a coin moons. And let's look at a mooning coin right now, or just one that just mooned. I think if we look at Ripple, we can see that run up from 25 cents to $3.30 in less than a month. So that's 25 cents on December 11th and $3.30 January 4th. So a week, 3 weeks really, which is what, 4, 12, 13, 14 times price in about 3 weeks. So that's mooning. And clearly, that's huge. Now, dead cert, absolute banker. Okay, these are terms that refer to coins that you're very, very confident are about to moon. So this is a dead cert. It's an absolute banker. It's in the green. That's usually people are usually talking about it today. You woke up, in the middle of the night to check your altcoin portfolio and which coins were in the green. Okay, now you lost. Let's say you thought you had a dead cert, an absolute banker that was about to moon. It didn't, and now you're gonna grab the next coin in the green and ride that train to Profitville. So we're talking about making money in Bitcoin, in altcoins, cryptocurrency, and those are the terms for making money. Now, making money, there's a lot more terms for making money than there are for losing money because everybody talks about making money. Nobody talks about losing money. Just kind of like sex and golf. Everybody talks a good game, but when you get out there on the actual course or between the actual sheets, that's where you really find out what's going on. But making money, there's always more terms for making money than there are for losing money. But if you lose money in cryptocurrency, then you're not really losing money, okay? Because you could be just hodling, okay? Hodling is basically an intentional misspelling of the word hold, and it also means hold on for dear life. So if you're losing money and your coin is dropping in value, you can just say, dude, I'm hodling hard, okay? I'm hodling hard. And it originates from an actual misspelling that this guy Game Kyubi couldn't be bothered to fix his typo. So he said, I am hodling instead of I am holding. So hodling is just holding on for dear life. And if your coin is dropping in value and everyone says, why don't you sell it? You just say you're hodling. Okay, BTFD. Now, if you're buying when everybody else is selling, then you're buying the freaking dips. Okay, you're being smart. You're being a smart investor. So you're not losing money. You're not buying a coin that's tanking. You're actually BTFDing. Okay, bags are coins that you're holding that are down and they're dragging you down. So you're losing money on them and you're having a hard time investing in other coins because you're holding a lot of bags. And rekt is the term for just your coin plummeted and you got wrecked. So that basic lesson in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency Crypto-Slang, crypto-linguistics should get you to the point where your crypto credibility will skyrocket. Drop some names. Don't try to explain what cryptocurrency is. Do explain the price moves, FUD, FOMO, and BTFD, and then making money, your coin moon, it's a dead cert, it's an absolute banker. Grab the next one in the green and ride that train to Profitville. And if you're losing money, you're not really losing money, you're hodling, you're buying the freaking dips, BTFD, your bags are dragging you down, or you got wrecked. And that is Crypto Linguistics 101, how to instantly gain crypto cred. And we hope this information helps you make smarter cryptocurrency investment decisions.